Hello, Miss Steele here. So this week we are talking about abstract art, and we're also talking a little bit about Cubism, which both of them really focus on line, color, and shape. So that's what we're going to be looking at as well. So for this project, we're going to make our own Cubist fall design. What you want is a piece of paper, a pencil, and an eraser, definitely our art tool basics. You want some sort of marker. This is optional, but I'm going to outline my shape, so I have a marker. You want something to color in with. I have colored pencils today. And then you want a ruler, because we're going to be adding in some straight lines. So I'm going to move the stuff that I don't need out of the way, and I'm going to start with my pencil and my eraser. So for this, what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to add a pumpkin and a few leaves around on my paper. So you can draw your leaves and pumpkin how you would like, but I'm definitely going to show you what I think is the easiest way. So I'm going to add a pumpkin in the middle and then a few leaves around here. So for my pumpkin, what I like to do is I start out with a big bumpy line. I have 4 bumps right there. And then I bring a curved line on the side like that. So I bring it out and then it comes back in a little bit. And then I add the same amount of bumps on the bottom. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And then I add a big triangle for my stem. So now I have my pumpkin. I'm going to try to fill in 2 or 3 leaves around here. Thankfully, leaves kind of come in all shapes and sizes. So I like to make mine up, but if you have a specific leaf you would like to draw, you can definitely do that. So I'm going to add a wavy line, bring it around on the bottom, scoop it around, and then I'm going to try to recreate the same waves on the other side. And then I'm going to give it a stem. So there's my first leaf. I'm going to do the same thing over here, but instead of a wavy line, what I'm going to try to do is a pretty sharp zigzag line. Going up, maybe I'll bring it in a little bit, like that. So now I have my second leaf. And then I think I'm going to fill in one more right over here in this corner, and I'm going to make this one a little bit of a bigger one. So I'm going to make it wide like that, like short and kind of wide. And then add 2 little lines, bring it in, and then up again. Add 2 little zigzags, bring it in, and maybe up one more time, and add a few zigzags. So now I have a few leaves and a pumpkin all around my paper. What I want to do now is I want to outline these using my black marker, just so it's easier to color in. And then I'm going to go back and I'm going to erase any pencil lines that are hanging out. So if I see any pencil lines poking out, I'm going to go back and erase those pencil lines that might be showing like this. So I'm going to get all of these outlined, and then my eraser lines erased here in the back, and then we will move on to our next step. Alright, so I got everything outlined and all my back pencil lines erased. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab my ruler and I'm going to try to add 4 lines going this way and then 5 lines going this way. So you can do them straight if you would like. Like I'm going to make this one straight. So there's my first. But you can also make them a little angled if you want. So there's 2, 3, so I only need 2 more. Let's do this one going this way. 4, 5. So now I have 5 lines going this way. Now I'm going to turn it and I'm going to try to add in at least 3. But if I can fit in 4, I'll fit in 4. So there's 1, here's 2, 3, 4, so I'm going to fit in 5. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4. I think I'm going to try to fit in 5. I'm deciding if I want to. Yep, I'll try to fit in 5 lines, and this one's going to be kind of going off the paper. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What I want to do now is I want to get whatever I'm coloring with. So I'm using colored pencils, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to fill inside my shapes using warm colors, and then I'm going to fill the outside using cool colors. But whenever I hit a line, like in here, I'm going to change the color that I'm using. So you can repeat colors, you just don't want the same color next to each other. So I'm going to pull out some warm colors so you can see what I'm talking about. So if I have this red, and I'm going to color it in right in here, I wouldn't want to put red in these other spots because then it would be touching it, but I could put in the red right here again. So you want to grab your warm colors, and I think I'm going to try to fill in all of my warm colors first, and then I'm going to move to the outside and fill in my cool colors. But because we added in all of these extra lines, we want to follow those extra lines whenever we're coloring in. And then if I hit the line of my shape as well, I want to change what I'm using. So I'm going to go through and keep filling these in, and whenever I hit a line, I'm going to change the color that I'm using. But that's what we were doing, was we broke this up into different shapes. So now we have new shapes that we can use to color in. So I'm going to work on getting my warm colors colored in, and then we will move on to our cool colors. So I'm going to be using warm colors on the inside of my pumpkin and my leaves, and then we can use all different cool colors around the outside, following along these Cubism pencil lines that we drew. So maybe I'll put this color in right here. So I'm going to keep working on this, and then we'll check in and start working on our background. Alright, so I have it filled in. You can see that I use the different colors in the different areas. And of course I repeated some colors, but I didn't want to put any of the same colors next to each other. I wanted them all to have their space. So now for the background, I am going to grab out cool colors, and we're going to fill in the background just like we did for this, but using cool colors.